I am Mrs. Robertson, and I am your counselor if your last name starts with A through DEL.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Horton, and I'm your counselor if your last name starts with DEM through K.
Hi, my name is Miss Ainsworth, and I have students with the last names L through RIL.
Hi, I'm Miss Skemp, and I have the students with the last names RIM through Z. And we're here today to talk to you about your transcript and give you a lesson all about it. So first of all, what is a transcript? It is a record of your classes, your courses at the high school, your grades and your credits, and some other information. What's on a transcript is a lot. So if you would take out your transcript that you were given, and let's go over it. On the top of the page, it's all about you. That's student information. Please look over that and make sure it's correct. We have the right date of birth. Do we have your name correct? And if it's incorrect, please let us know in the counseling office. Then you're going to see your list of classes by the semester. Some of you might have Thunderbolt on there. If you took algebra or algebra 1A, 1B over at Thunderbolt, that would be posted. Some of you may have an R on your transcript next to the courses. That R means repeat. That means you're taking the class again for a better grade. Every semester we post on the transcript. You will see your list of classes you took. You'll see the grades you earned and if you earned the credits or not. At the bottom of each semester, you will see that you have information regarding credits attempted, credits completed, and GPA for that semester. We'll get into what GPA means later. Also on your transcript, you're going to see the graduation requirements are tracked. In the first column, you will see the 23 credits that are needed. The next column are the ones that shows how many credits. Then the next column, completed, what you have taken so far and finished, and then what you still need. This column also includes what you're currently taking. At the bottom of your transcript, you're going to see a GPA summary, and it's unweighted and weighted. Again, you'll hear more about that. One other thing that's important on your transcript is the class of. On the top, you should see either the class of 2023 or the class of 2024, depending where you're at. Your goal is to get to where you have a graduate transcript. The next screen here shows what it looks like. There's a lot more on this, obviously. We add test scores. If you take the ACT, SAT, the PSAT, it will show that you shouldn't have any missing credits. It will show your final overall GPA and ranking. It will show your graduation date. That's pretty exciting. Now, let's talk about that GPA and credits. Ms. Horton?
Hi, so what is a credit and how do you earn one? Credits are broken down here at Lake Havasu High School into half credits. Each half credit is earned by successfully completing one class in one semester. So for example, Algebra 1, if you pass that class, you earn half a credit. If you pass Algebra 2, you earn another half credit to complete one full credit. You need to successfully complete a course with an A, B, C, or D. However, no Ds are given for Algebra 1, 2. You may not have an F on your transcript for credit. It'll show 0 or be a blank. You need 6 credits total for each year and a total of 23 credits for graduation. Your senior year, you don't need to take 6 classes if you're on track. So grade point average, most of the time you'll hear this referred to as GPA. So your LHHS GPA. First is the unweighted GPA. This is the grade point average for all your classes with the standard grade points. This is what universities use for admissions, for scholarships. And A earns you 4 points, B 3, C 2, D 1, and F 0. A weighted GPA is what counts for the extra point that you can earn for honors classes. This is only used for ranking for graduation. So in this, an A is worth 5 points if you take an honors class and earn an A. a B 4, C 3, D still 1, and F still 0. So if you want to be competitive and try to get valedictorian or top 10, something like that, you would look at your weighted GPA and want to be taking more honors classes, AP classes, things like that. Otherwise, the unweighted GPA is all that really matters, and that's what universities are looking at if you are college bound. To calculate GPA, each letter is assigned a point, and you calculate the average. It's a grade point average, which is a math word. So you add all the values together of the classes that you took and the grades you earned, and then you divide it by the total number of terms. And we're going to look at how to calculate that in just a minute. The University Readiness GPA. This is when universities use your unweighted GPA and your 16 core credits for admission or merit scholarships. You are required to have 4 English classes, 4 math, and your 4th year should be pre-calc or higher. 3 lab sciences, this does not include integrated or conceptual chemistry. 2 social studies, and US is required. 2 foreign language credits, and 1 vocational or fine art credit. These are just what universities require. There are more requirements to graduate and receive your diploma. So let's take a look at University Readiness GPA calculation with Ms. Robertson.
So all of you should have received this handout, and this is how we're going to work on calculating your GPA that colleges are going to be looking at. So like we said, there are fewer courses that colleges are going to be looking at than what on your transcript. So they're not going to be looking at your freshman PE class or all of your electives. We're going to be looking at English, math, lab sciences, social studies, foreign language, and your fine arts or CTE. So grab your transcript, grab that handout, and we're going to start working on this. So for each circle that's on the top of that worksheet, you're going to put a letter grade in for those. So for the first semester in each box, you're going to put your first grade. The second one is going to be your second grade. So across like the first row could be your first year. Social studies is an exception with that, but everything else pretty much lines up. So what are you going to be looking for? You're going to be looking for your math grades. Now, if you were in advanced math at Thunderbolt and you took Algebra 1, 2, you can look at your Thunderbolt grades. If you did not, and you took Algebra 1A, 1B, and you took Algebra 2A, 2B last year, then you want to use your Algebra 2A, 2B. For those of you in Algebra 1, 2 right now, you'll use those grades, and then geometry will use those grades, but we are not using Algebra 1A, 1B from Thunderbolt. That's an elective. For science, you're going to look at your science grades. So you might have been in biology, allied health biology, chemistry, anything else that you might have come in with if you're a new student. But we are not looking at integrated science or conceptual chemistry because those are not lab sciences, and colleges are looking at lab sciences. For your social studies, if you're a 9th grader, you don't have a social studies class yet, so you'll leave those blank. But if you're a sophomore or higher, you're going to look at your world history for 10th grade, US history for 11th, civics and economics for 12th, and enter those grades in. For your fine arts or CTE, you're going to use 2 of your best grades from fine arts or CTE. You might only have 1 year or 1 semester, and that's okay for right now, but you're going to look at what's best. So if you took 2 different fine arts or CTE classes, use your best one. And then foreign language, we only offer Spanish here at Lake Havasu High School, so you'll want to look at your Spanish grades for the Spanish column. So this is what the top of that worksheet looks like. So I'm going to pull up some grades. So let's say for first semester of my freshman English class, I got a B. So I'm going to put a B in that first circle there. And then I'm going to go down on my transcript and I'm going to find English 2. in that second semester of freshman English. I also got a B, so that I'm gonna put that B in a circle. And now, say I'm a sophomore. I have one more semester. So I got a B in sophomore English first semester. That's gonna say English 3. And I also got a B, so I put that there. Now, as a sophomore, those are all of the English classes I have, so I'm gonna move on to math. In Algebra 1, I got a C, so I'm gonna put a C in that first semester of Algebra 1. Algebra 2, I got a B, so I would put a B in that second circle. And now in geometry, I have an A in first semester, so I'm gonna put that A in that third circle. Then moving on to a lab science, I took biology last year, so first semester I got a B. Second semester I got a C, so it's biology 1 and biology 2. And then I'm gonna find chemistry 1. So in chemistry 1, I got a C, so I'll put that in the third circle there. Now, as a sophomore, I've taken first semester of world history, so I have one semester to put into social studies, and I received an A, so that's there all by itself. I also was smart and took Spanish last year, and I got a B first semester and a B second semester. But I chose not to take it, so I only have 2 classes in there. Now I also took a fine arts class last year, so I'm going to put my grades from those classes in there, and the 2 A's go into those semesters. So you have all of those written down on the top of your worksheet, and what do you do next with it? So then we have the bottom half of your worksheet that Ms. Ainsworth is going to go through that with you.
All right, the bottom half of your worksheet. So what we want to do first is count up the number of A's that we have, and we will write it in. Then we know that A's are worth 4 points, so we will multiply by 4. Next, we'll count up our total number of B's, write it down, and again, multiply by 3 because B's are worth 3 points. So you're going to continue to count and multiply by the correct grade point, and you'll add up all of the numbers in the first column of your circles. Once you get that sum, you'll place that sum in the box. Then you'll add up all the numbers in the second column of the circles and place that sum in the triangle. So let's take a look at our example that Mrs. Robertson just went through. So if I go back and I count all of my A's, I had 4 A's. So you'll count how many A's that you have. So I'll multiply by 4, so 4 times, oh, nope, just kidding. I'm gonna count all my B's. So I count all my B's and I have 7. C's, 3. And I actually did not have any D's or F's. So when I add up the 4, the 7, and the 3, and I get a 14. Next, I'll go ahead and multiply now my letter grades by their grade points. So I have 4 A's, and each A is worth 4 points, so I'll multiply to get 16. B's are worth 3, and I had 7, so I have 21 total. My C's are only worth 2 points, so here I have 6. And again, my D's and F's are zeros. So next I'll add the 16, the 21, and the 6, so my sum is now a 43. What we're going to do here next is transfer our total grade points, so in the triangle, which is a 43, and see how it goes into the triangle next to it. And then I'm going to divide by my total number of letter grades, which is 14. So again, we're talking about that average. So again, your total number of terms, right? The sum of your terms divided by your total number. And here, my core GPA is a 3.071. So this is what universities are going to be looking at for admissions and merit-based scholarships. So admissions into Arizona universities, they're looking at 2.0 in your subject area. So if you notice at the top half of your sheet, there's a spot for you to calculate your GPA for each subject area. So we would encourage you to take the time, calculate your GPA just for your math classes, just for your English classes, just for your lab sciences and so on. So if you have that 2.0 in the subject area, then you would qualify for admissions. In addition, the overall GPA in your 16 core credits need to be a 3.0. Okay? Now, your 16 core credits aren't the only way for you to be admitted into a university. Admissions can be granted based on test scores, for example. So if you take an ACT or an SAT, if you didn't quite meet that GPA in the subject, they can look at the subjects from the ACT for math, for example. In addition, you can be admitted into a university with one deficiency, but you cannot have two deficiencies. So and it can't be in math and science combined, or sorry, no more than two deficiencies. And again, no math, no science, both. But if you had math and English deficiency, you could be admitted. We encourage you to research online the universities that you're interested in being admitted to for their minimum requirements. Now, we touched on the Arizona merit-based scholarships. So if your 16 core credit GPA is a 3.5 or higher and no C's, you can earn a merit-based scholarship. And oftentimes with a higher ACT or SAT score, you can actually increase that merit-based scholarship money. So again, here is the form in its entirety in our example. So hopefully you have had the time to complete your version. And you might say, okay, well, what if I earned a C and I really want to go to a university and earn a merit-based scholarship? Okay, so we have ways that you can do that. Obviously, if you earn a D or an F, you would really consider retaking that class on campus, or you could take it off campus with another institution if that's what you would choose to do. But you do, for D's and F's, they have to be completed within 1 year. So if you failed freshman English first semester, you would have to take it again your next year in that first semester. So you can't wait until your senior year to retake your freshman English class if you earned either a D or an F. It would have to be that very next year. So if you earned a C, unfortunately, B's and C's, you cannot retake these classes on our campus. So your options would be to go to another institution like Primavera or Sequoia Choice. And you would then take your transcript from Primavera or Sequoia Choice, and you would send that transcript to the university that you're applying to with your LHHS transcript. So we will not do grade replacements for B's and C's. Other ways to improve your GPA is continue to do your work on time. If you're struggling, attend office hours. Make sure you have excellent attendance. Ask for help, and don't be afraid to speak with your teacher. And if you have any other questions or concerns, you can actually request to meet with your counselor, and we have the link here. It's a bit.ly LHHS counselor appointment, so you do not need to leave class to request an appointment with us. We'll actually send you a pass straight to your class. If you're an Online Academy PLP student, you can contact Mrs. Presley with her email, tpresley@lhusd.org. And again, here is our contact information. If you have any questions or concerns, we are broken down by last name. And if you're an Online Academy student, Mrs. Presley is also listed below. We look forward to hearing from you guys soon.